Avatar Meher Baba
अहेर बाबा की
ki jai.
जय।
Avatar
अवतार
Meher Baba
अहेर बाबा
ki
की
jai.
जय।
Avatar
अवतार
Meher
अहेर
Baba
बाबा
ki
की
jai.
जय।
So good to see you.
Yes, Jai Baba to all. We are starting a little bit early.
Well, you're early, so we're starting
Hey,
early.
for me, it's all right. For me, it's all right.
Okay.
Now, before I resume the subject matter of my personal life, I would like to tell you something about the happenings, important happenings during few days here in Pune. Now, we had until this time, we had taken out what we call Padayatra, walk from Pune. Walk from birthplace to walk up to resting place, that is up to Mehrabad. So such walk was first taken up by Pune Center in the centenary year of Meher Baba centenary year. K.K. Ramakrishna was very much alive, and it was his idea that we should have such a program of having a walk from Pune to Mehrabad. Thereafter, there was another occasion which was perhaps some of new life, anniversary of new life. I think 50th year or some. That also we had taken out, and thereafter third one was a few years before. So the three walks we had undertaken from Pune to Mehrabad very successfully. Now here, this year also, our Pune Center is planning to have a walk from Baba's birthday, that is Pune, to Baba's resting place, that is Baba's Samadhi. That will be starting on 17th of October, and it will end after on the fifth day. So that we are a little bit busy in all the preparations, and somehow, in spite of my physical condition, I mean just because of my experience about the first three yatras, they have involved me, and they want me to they work as a guidance or supervisor or whatever one may call. So that is a hot issue as at present. Another thing which I wanted to point out to all of you is that day by day the world situation is getting worse and worse. Every nation is involved in some trouble or the other, and when we think about Baba's statements or Baba's declarations, then we feel that whatever Baba has said then is all coming true. Once in Guruprasad, Baba had said that the happenings of the world will will be such that people will feel that this is what Meher Baba had said earlier, especially when Baba had declared that 3/4 of the world will be destroyed, and there was a much criticism and much, I mean, just a sort of a excitement because of that statement. The practically the whole week, every day there were some articles, some criticism, some article or something of that sort. But whatever Baba had said then is coming true now. That is through the actions of the people, actions of the world leaders or national people, national leaders. That is through them and also through the nature. Whatever is happening in the nature, that is also has becoming alarming nowadays. Sometimes it is said that even it will be difficult for a person to breathe freely. The oxygen throughout the world is exhausted. What will happen? Anyway, we just correlate whenever any of that sort happens. We correlate with Baba's statements and whatever Baba has said that is coming true. And Baba had said that the happenings people will feel that this was in fact made said by Meher Baba. People will say so. Anyway, this is all about that. But now coming to our story where we had left last time. Now, I was telling about myself, my early life, that because of my mother, I lost my mother at the age of 4. Thereafter, my father had to remarry because we were very young then. There was one more son who was junior to me, and he actually died because of the absence of my mother. He could not bear that, and he just used to keep on weeping and shouting and weeping. That's all. And he, in that state, in that condition, only he passed away. So then, my father had somehow to remarry, but then he had three boys, three sons from the second wife, and she took care of all of us. And at the age of when I was about 8 years old, I lost my father, and that really started a very tough time in our lives. Very, very tough time because we had large family to maintain. My eldest brother, who could have supported family, he himself was 14 years old. And a very unimaginable, unpredictable situation had been created before us. But somehow we could manage to survive there through all these circumstances. As per my elder brother and my elder sister, from my first wife, my father had three children. That is one son, next is one daughter, and third is myself. And from the second wife, he had 3 sons. So this was a large family when my father died, and that subjected to so much of hardships. It was only I who could take education The younger ones were not not of that age. They had just started the primary education. But then I was the only person who was trying to take education. In India was under a British rule then. And one person by name Smith, he was from London, he was from England. He out of he he was my father was a favorite of Mr. Smith because he is direct. My father was directly working under Mr. Smith, and my father was very trustworthy person according to him, and he was really. And this passing away my father, Mr. Smith also felt concerned about it. Then it was a British company where my father was working, and on mercy grounds, even at the age of 14, my brother was taken up in a service as a trainee. And somehow my mother was also doing some babysitting or cooking and something of that sort. And I was really in fact, I was shifted to Pune. I'd started living with my paternal aunt. So this was a situation created before us. And I said last time that when one is destined to meet with the avatar of the age, all the ups and downs in one's life, all they lead to, or that path leads to him only. Whatever may happen with your life, all these happenings will lead you to the doorsteps of our master. And our master is none other than an avatar of the age. So when I was during that time, that was around about 1947 or so, there was some activities of bhajan singing. Person from Hyderabad by name Ramchandra Gaikwad. He was a very good singer, very nice singer. He used to sing general songs. He used to get rendition of Ramayana. He used to give commentary and then sing also. So that was he was specialized in that, and in his place in Hyderabad, he had become very popular there. But then he took up a job in a military dairy farm in Pune. It was close to Pune, outskirts of Pune. He has taken up the job and he came and settled in Pune. Another of his friend, Sadashirao Gaikwad, he was also from Hyderabad and he was very much close friend of Ramchandra Gaikwad. In fact, Sadashirao Gaikwad first came and thereafter he invited Ramchandra Gaikwad to come to Pune. Sadashirao Gaikwad was already in service. And these two people, especially Sadashirao Gaikwad, he had some friendship with a family by name Bandelu family. And in that family, as you know, Subhadra, Madhusudan's wife Subhadra, she was from that family. She was a good singer. She used to sing She used to sing in public places. Especially there was a saintly personality by name Mali Baba. Mali is a community. Mali is a gardener. A gardener is called Mali. But in India, there is a community also, Mali community. I do not know whether he belonged to Mali community, but he was known by the name Mali Baba. He was very fond of Subhadra singing. And Subhadra Bandilu used to visit him many times and sing for him. And since through Sadashiva Gaikwad, who knew this Bandili family, Ramchandra Rao Gaikwad also came in contact with that Bandeli family, and especially along with Subhadra, he was also a singer. Ramchandra Gaikwad was also a good singer. So both of them started doing programs together. And both of them used to go to Mali Baba. Now, in all the working of the Avatar Bhair Baba, the role of Mali Baba is a special role. There have been many incidents which indicate that through Mali Baba, so many people had come to Baba fold. So when they used to go to Mali Baba, in Subhadra's house, Subhadra's, what we call her sister's son, is the Thade, Lakshmikant Thade. He had come in search of a job and he got a job in a government department, social welfare department, where Ramchandra Gaikwad, Ramchandra Gadekar. Gadekar, you must be conversant with this name because Gadekar had been a very old time Baba lover. Baba could be called as the Mandali of Bhair Baba because he had worked in the school, Babajan school as a teacher. So that person had afterward taken up a job, a government job, and he had come on transfer to Pune, and he has started. Whoever he meets, he will tell about Mir Baba. That is how the name Mir Baba was revived in Pune because Baba was born in Pune, and after Baba left for Mandili, thereafter all these talk about Mir Baba had stopped thereafter. And it took so many years. In 47, Mr. Gadekar, when he came in Pune and settled in Pune, he started telling the people. And since this Lakshmikant Thade, as I am telling you, he came from Belgaum. He had passed his graduation in science, and he had come and stayed with his grandfather, Mandeli family. They were Thade's mother belonged to that family. So because this Thade got a job under Gadekar starting telling him about Mir Baba. And in turn, Lakshmikant Thade started telling the people of Mandali family about Meher Baba. See the link, how the link gets connected. Gadekar tells his subordinate, Mr. Lakshmikant Thade, about Meher Baba. Mr. Lakshmikant Thade tells about Meher Baba without knowing much about Meher Baba, but tells about Meher Baba to the Mandali family, which is the family of his grandfather, maternal grandfather, and maternal grandmother. And that is how thereafter, gradually, this Baba's name came to be discussed amongst the people whoever came in contact with Gadekar and whoever came in contact with Lakshmikant Thade. Gadekar had started weekly meetings at his place. Lakshmikant Thade had also started weekly meeting at his place. Bandili family also had started weekly meeting at their place. And there were a couple of other business people who had known about Meher Baba through Gadekar. They also started weekly programs at their places. The basis of all these programs was singing devotional songs. And these devotional songs were on Meera, on Radha, on Kabir, by Kabir, then Brahmanand, then Surdas, Tulsidas, all these personalities, their compositions, these two people, Subhadra and Ramchandra Gaikwad, they used to sing. They had a lot of talk about all these songs. And since they were singers, and since these programs were started, singing was the main subject matter of that program. And those who have read little about Meher Baba, he would give a talk there. Gadekar used to give talk. One Mr. Sule from Nagpur, he elderly person, he had also known Baba since a long time. He also came and settled in Pune. He left his family and came and settled in Pune. And he also started joining this group, telling them about Meher Baba. So gradually, these people were coming to know about Meher Baba. And a small activity through various mediums, through various places had started. And this took a very nice, good shape, in fact. Now, how I came in this group, that time I was studying in high school. And because I had lost my parents, I had no support. So I came and stayed with my cousin sister. Now, this cousin sister was related to Ramchandra Gaikwad, the singer. Her husband was brother of Ramchandra Gaikwad. So I started staying with her and attending my school, high school. Now, because of these weekly programs, at times, Baba lovers, they used to come to Ramchandra Gaikwad's house once it so happened that this Lakshmikant Thadi, he had come there to take Ramchandra Gaikwad for some program, outside program. They used to go together. They used to gather together and go together. So he had come there and he saw me sitting in a corner studying. And he asked my cousin sister as to who is the boy. And she told him that he is my brother. He has lost both his parents. And for education, I kept him with me. Now see, as I said, that whatever happening in your life, they lead to the doorsteps of your master. So when she told him that he has lost his parents and for education purposes, I kept him with me. And then Thade, who was thereafter, he was working as a clerk under Mr. Gadekar, but he was promoted as a superintendent of a government hostel. That was a free hostel, free staying, free food, and all the inmates, they were attending different schools and colleges. It was up to graduation. That hostel was meant up to graduation. And it was for such people who are in difficulties, financial difficulties, or who come from official areas, or who have lost their parents and who are unable to take education. This was the hostel where everything was free. And Mr. Thade, who had just become the superintendent of that hostel, there were 80 boys. The boys were some boys were quite aged boys because they were studying for graduation, all that. And there were also boys like me who were studying for high school. During that time, I was the youngest one in that. And Mr. Thade asked my cousin sister that if I try for his admission to a hostel, free hostel, would you send him? And she said that it will be really very good of you. At least he will be able to continue his study. And we will be very thankful to you if you are able to get him admitted into the government hostel. And then Thade got some form, for all the formalities done to me. And then he very strongly recommended my name to the director, who was IAS officer, Indian Administrative Service, one of the highest posts in government job. So Mr. Thade insisted that I should be admitted because I need a help. And especially I was the youngest one in that hostel. That was sort of a curiosity for all the people. And then the name of that highest director was Mr. Hevle. He told Mr. Thade that I want to see that boy. And somehow I was taken to the director. He just looked at me, smiled, and then wrote down on this application, admitted. Mm-hmm. And that is how I was admitted in that government hostel. Now, because Thade knew my relation, that is my cousin sister. Because of that relation, I had become very favorite student of Thade. I used to move with him, and wherever he goes, he will take me with him. He used to take a special care about me. And that is how I came to know about Meher Baba. We were we were told right from the beginning that Baba is the avatar of the age. And without knowing as to what is the role of the avatar, these traditional beliefs, that is all right, that were there. But then beyond that, nothing was known to us as to what is the function of the avatar, when he comes, how he comes, what he does. All that we didn't know. But then without knowing that, then I used to attend, I started attending the Bhajan program, and without knowing much about Mir Baba, I started that Baba is the avatar of the age. See, this conviction, I do not know whether it is conviction, but there was no obstructing curtain in between me and Mir Baba. The name comes to me as the avatar of the age. I just accepted as it is. And I do not know whether I had accepted it. But I got interested, that is true. Now thereafter, I used to attend many Baba programs. Now, this went on. When I came in this group of Baba lovers, in third house, he had a very big quarter in the premises of the government hostel. He had a big quarter. It was big hall and then kitchen and all that. But then very suitable hall for holding meeting. And on Saturdays, there is to be meeting in his house. On Sunday, there is to be meeting at Bandelu's house. On Monday, Gadekar used to hold meetings at his house. On Thursday, one Mr. Shinde was a businessman. He started holding the meeting at his shop. So practically throughout the week, there is to be a program, and I used to attend as much as possible, as many as possible, the programs, Baba programs. I had a liking for singing also. Now, there is still a story about Madhusudan that I have to tell you now. This Ramchandra Gaikwad, the singer Gaikwad, and Sadashiro Gaikwad, they were close friends. They were staying in one area. It is called Vada. All the houses in a round shape, and there is a open space in between, and then they live as one family. All the other people, they rented house. Both of them rented house, and they were neighbors to each other. Because both of these, Ramchandra Gaikwad and Sadashiva Gaikwad, they were very fond of chewing pan after eating dinner. So they, both of them, they whenever any program, these two will go together. So when after their dinner, they would go to a nearby pan shop and purchase pan, betel leaves, and chew it. Madhusudan also used to come there. Madhusudan was staying nearby. He also used to come there for the same purpose. He doesn't know these two people, but accidentally they used to come at the same time. And because Sadashiva Gaikwad and Ramchandra Gaikwad had come from Hyderabad, they used to speak a Urdu mixed Hindi. And somehow Madhusudan got attracted to their language. Madhusudan was also good in Hindi. And when he heard these two people speaking such a nice Hindi and Urdu mix, they got introduced to each other, and they liked each other's company. Now, Madhusudan was staying nearby, and he had very hard life. In fact, he had lost his father, and the family was just pulling on somehow. Very tough time for them. Very tough time. But then, because of this friendship with these two Gaikwads, Ramchandra Gaikwad and Sadashiv Gaikwad, because of Madhusudan's friendship with this, they dragged him in Baba group or in the Bhajan group, I may say. And those times, the Bhajan group was only main people were two people, Subhadra and Ramchandra Gaikwad. So this Ramchandra Gaikwad dragged Mr. Madhusudan also. And at some place, they asked him to sing. He knew one song that he sang. He had a very good voice. And everybody was very impressed by his voice. So they started involving him also in all the programs, on every program. And he also started attending these programs and making friendship with all the other Baba lovers. And that is how Madhusudan also came in this group. And this went on in this fashion up to the month of, you see, all these happenings are, most of the happenings are during 1948 and 49. Baba was preparing for new life. But before that, until some time, either Mr. Thade or somebody else, they used to read some portions and they used to give a talk. If Gadekar is available, he would come and give a talk. If that Sule is available, he will come and give a talk. It is all in Marathi. On one occasion, now this Mr. Thade, Lakshmikant Thade, the superintendent of the hostel, when he was staying with his grandmother and grandfather, he used to visit a Theosophical Society, Theosophical Lodge, because he had interest in reading about Theosophy and he visits books. And along with him, his younger brother, his maternal uncle, who was also of the same age, he group 3-4 people. They used to very often go and attend this Theosophical Lodge. And once it so happened that Dr. Ghani, now Dr. Ghani was a respectable person amongst all these educated people. This Theosophical Lodge was run by the high officials, retired officials, high ranking officials. And they used to invite Kadekar to give talk. They used to invite Dr. Ghani to give a talk. On one day, Dr. Ghani's talk was arranged, and this talk was heard by Mr. L.B. Thade. And he was so very inspired by the talk that he started gathering more and more information about Meher Baba. And because of the enthusiasm of all these young boys and girls, Dr. Ghani was also tempted to go, especially at Thade's place on Saturday, and give a talk. That is how the group came in the contact of Dr. Ghani. Now, for some stories about Dr. Ghani, that is a different topic. Our going to Mahabaleshwar or Baba's new life starting, all that topics are little different. So we'll take up all these other topics next time. Today, still there is a time. I will sing one song for you. Next time I will resume the talk, further talk. The whole story of the formation of Mere Baba Center in Pune is very inspiring story. So we'll then take up this subject next time. So today I'm going to sing one song for you, one ghazal. I will first read out the meaning of it and then I will sing it. Yes. Now, this is a beautiful ghazal. I had collected it from one ghazal singer who very often used to come to Baba to sing for Baba. So I have noted down from him while he was singing before Baba. It's a beautiful ghazal. I'll just read out the meaning of it. मैं नजर से पी रहा हूँ, ये समा बदल न जाए, न झुकाओ तुम निगाहें, कई रात ढल न जाए. The meaning is, I'm devouring this beautiful panorama through my eyes, and I do not wish any change in the scene. This beautiful scenery, I'm just looking through my eyes, and I wish that it should not disappear from my eyes. Do not turn your gaze down, else this night and these wonderful moments may soon disappear. That is the first stanza. He says to that lover, the beloved, that don't lower your gaze, because this particular moment is so very happy. And if you lower down your gaze, then that happiness will disappear. So don't put down your gaze. I am devouring this beautiful panorama through my eyes, and I do not wish any change in that scene. Do not turn your gaze down, else this night and these wonderful moments may soon disappear. Now the next stanza is, मेरे अश्क भी है इसमें, ये शराब उबल न जाए. मेरे अश्क भी है इसमें, ये शराब उबल न जाए. मेरा जाम छूने वाले, तेरा हाथ जल न जाए. A beautiful expression. What he says is, tears of my love, tears of my love have fallen in this glass of wine, which might cause the drink to boil. My tears, full of agony, they are falling in the glass of wine, and they are boiling with agony. And because of their contact, this wine may not get boiling. Tears of my love have fallen in this glass of wine, which might cause the drink to boil. If you attempt to touch this wine, your fingers would burn. She says, don't touch the glass. Your fingers may get burned. The third stanza is, अभी रात कुछ है बाकी, न उठा नखाब साकी, तेरा रिंद गिरते गिरते कहीं फिर संभल न जाए. The night has not ended yet, and I urge you, O my beloved, not to lift the veil from your face. Your veiled beauty has intoxicated me, and I am losing my senses. If your beauty is revealed now before I am totally uncautious, I may come back in my senses. I would rather not. The night has not ended yet, and I urge you, O my beloved, not to lift the veil from your face. Your veiled beauty has intoxicated me, and I am losing my senses. If your beauty is revealed now, before I am totally unconscious, I may come back to my senses. I would rather not. Next stanza is मुझे कुर्बे आस्था से गमे आस्था गवारा. ये जो आरज़ू है दिल में कहीं वो निकल न जाए. The meaning is I would rather live in misery and grief of our separation than to be in close physical proximity with you. I would rather live in misery and grief of our separation than to be close physical proximity with you. I do not want this desire of being with you vanished from my heart. The next stanza is मेरी जिंदगी के मालिक मेरे दिल पे हाथ रख दे तेरी आने की खुशी में मेरा दम निकल न जाए. You are the master of my life and I want you to put your hand on my heart. Else, with the joy of your arrival, it may stop working. My heart may stop. नेक्स्ट stanza है ये सभा से कोई कह दे दबे पाव वो भी गुजरे मैं मरीज शाम गम हूँ मेरा दम निकल न जाए. Someone must tell this morning breeze to pass unnoticed. I have been ailing since yesterday night for being away from my beloved. Even the sound of passage of this wind might cause my death, may cause my death. Well, composition, I will just sing for you. मैं नजर से पी रहा हूँ मैं नजर से पी रहा हूँ ये समा बदल न जाए मैं नजर से पी रहा हूँ ये समा बदल न जाए मैं नजर से पी रहा हूँ मैं नजर से पी रहा हूँ ये समा बदल न जाए ये समा बदल न जाए न झुकाओ तुम निगाहें न झुकाओ तुम निगाहें कई रात ढल न जाए न झुकाओ तुम निगाहें कई रात ढल न जाए न झुकाओ तुम निगाहें मेरे अश्क भी है इसमें मेरे अश्क भी है इसमें ये शराब बलने जाए मेरे अश्क भी है इसमें ये शराब बलने जाए ये शराब बलने जाए मेरा जान छूने वाले मेरा जान छूने वाले तेरा हाथ जल न जाए मेरा जाम छूने डाले, तेरा हाथ जल जाए, मेरा छूने वाले। अभी कुछ, अभी रात कुछ है बाकी, न उठा कब साथी। अभी रात कुछ है बाकी, न उठा कब साथी, न उठा कब साथी। तेरा रिंग गिरते गिरते, तेरा रिंग गिरते गिरते, तू कहीं संभल न जाए, तेरा रिंग गिरते गिरते, कहीं फिर संभल न जाए, तेरा रिंग गिरते गिरते। मुझे कुर्ब आसमां से, मुझे कुर्ब आसमां से, वो मैं आस्था गुवारा। मुझे कुर्ब आस्था से, मुझे कुर्ब आस्था से, दुनिया से तागवारा, दुनिया से तागवारा। ये जो आरज़ू है दिल में, ये जो आरज़ू है दिल में, कहीं वो निकल न जाए। ये जो आरज़ू है दिल में, कहीं वो निकल न जाए। आपकी निगाहें मेरे जिंदगी के मालिक, मेरे जिंदगी के मालिक, मेरे मेरे दिल पे हाथ रख ले, मेरे जिंदगी के मालिक, मेरे दिल पे हाथ रख ले, मेरे दिल पे हाथ रख ले, मेरे दिल पे हाथ रख ले। तेरी आने की खुशी में, तेरी आने की खुशी में, मेरा दम निकल न जाए। तेरी आने की खुशी में, मेरा दम निकल न जाए। तेरी आने की खुशी में, सबा से कोई कह दे, तबे भाव वो भी तेरे। सबा से कोई कह दे, तबे भाव वो ही गुजरे, तबे भाव वो ही गुजरे। बड़ी शाम रहूं, मैं बड़ी शाम गम हूँ, मेरा दम निकल न जाए। मेरे बड़ी शाम गम हूँ, मेरा दम निकल न जाए। मेरे बड़ी शाम गम हूँ।
Jai Baba. Thank
Jai
you.
Baba.
So wonderful. What beautiful image. Mm,
Anything from your side?
I don't know. Does anyone have a question? A comment?
Sorry, what should I sing?
Eddie has news from Meharana. They had a sahavas there. She could share a little bit. I think, Betty, I think Pratap would like to hear a little bit about your time at sahavas at Meharana this past week. He likes to hear about Baba thing, groups and events.
I'm sorry, I did not get you. What you want to know?
Betty, you speak up. You're muted. I can't hear you. Pratap you have a good, strong voice. Pratap will hear you. Speak
Pratap.
up. Yeah. Good.
Pratap, thank you so much for telling the story. All the story of how the early days of the Poona Bhajan Mandali. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was
Yes,
all the
yes.
details. It was lovely. Thank you. Yeah.
Me
Thank you
too.
so much.
Beautiful.
Me too. I love early days in Pune. Early days in Pune are so interesting.
Yes,
We like that.
this city of Pune carries a special privilege of giving birth to the avatar.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, actually, the process of construction of center in Pune that has started only after the entry of K.K. Ramakrishnan in this group. That will follow. But before that, now Dr. Gani, he used to tell us when just before new life. You see, Dr. Gani went with Baba in new life. But before that, whatever used to happen during their childhood, there are certain stories, amusing stories which he used to tell us. And also the stories about the period of Manzilemi. These two, the childhood stories and Manzilemi stories, he used to very often tell us, and he used to tell us in a very amusing way. And after he went on new life and he was sent back, he again resumed all these talks, but then he also talked about new life, all those stories about new life. But he didn't survive thereafter for a long time. He passed away in 51. So that will follow. That is going to follow in our talks.
Oh, wonderful to hear more stories about those times. Very special from you.
Yeah, thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you too. We appreciate very much your sharing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Jai Baba. Shall we
Jai Baba.
close? Shall we close with Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai?
Yes, please.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Jai.
Avatar
Avatar
Meher
Baba
Baba
ki
की जय।
Jai.
Avatar
अवतार मेहर बाबा
Meher
की
Baba
जय।
ki Jai.
जय।
Jai.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai
Jai
Baba.
Baba.